Is the Sony A7 still worth buying in 2020? Let's find out. Hey, what's up guys? Anthony here. I've been using the Sony A7 for about a year now, and this camera has been my main camera for YouTube videos, client work, and photography. So it's 2020, and there's so many different cameras that are now out on the market that really make this camera, in some eyes, obsolete. But is it really? So I kind of want to discuss this camera. Even though it's 7 years old already, I want to discuss the pros and cons of it, whether or not you should buy it if you're starting out on YouTube or any sort of platform, just need full frame because this thing has a massive sensor, which we'll discuss in a minute. But I want to see if this is a camera for you. So let's talk tech about this camera. The Sony A7 boasts a 24.3 full frame sensor. It shoots 1080p up to 60 frames a second, but we're going to discuss a weird thing about that 1080p thing in a minute. It shoots 4K images in RAW or JPEG, allowing you to have the option on using a full JPEG or a Sony RAW file. The ISO on this camera goes from 100 to 25,600. However, if you're in video, it only goes from 200 to 25,600. It has NFC, Bluetooth, and USB options, a mic jack, and a headphone jack. There's a tilt screen that allows it to go up and down, but really doesn't do much else with that. So all this tech is inside this camera. There are a lot of pros and cons to each little thing inside this camera, which I could do a totally separate video on. But I want to discuss just two: the tilt screen and the frame rates. So like I said earlier, the Sony A7 shoots up to 60 frames per second at 1080p. However, the weird thing is it only does that in 24 frames a second and 60 frames a second. You have to shoot at 1440 by 1080 to actually shoot 30 frames per second. I don't know the logic behind that, but that's just a weird thing that you should know about this camera if you're considering it. Another weird thing is the tilt screen. It goes up and down, and that's it. You can't move it around, you can't bring it out, and it's really a big downfall of this camera. So let's talk about price. I got my Sony A7 about a year ago for around $500–600 with a kit lens. This is definitely a camera in a lower budget range because of its age. So let's talk autofocus. In 2020, everybody's doing YouTube, everybody's doing social media, and they need a camera that focuses on them and that they don't have to worry about, especially on a camera that doesn't have a flip out screen or flip up screen. When it comes down to autofocus, the Sony A7 really shows its age. Another thing about this camera that you should watch out for is battery life. In the Sony A7, Sony uses small batteries that are also used in the A5100 and A6000. When it comes down to video and photos, this thing is a monster. This thing is really, really good with the video and photo. I'm going to show you some sample images and some sample videos in a minute, and I'm actually filming this entire video on a Sony A7. So the question is then asked, is the Sony A7 worth buying in 2020? If you're looking for a camera, $500 and under, I would say go for it. It's a full frame sensor. You're more than likely going to find a kit lens. If not, you can get them used really cheap. If you want to see what you're shooting, or if you want 4K imaging, this is not the camera for you. It is a great bang for the buck, considering if you're just starting out on YouTube, this is a great camera to go with, as long as you feel like you can trust that autofocus. So that's all I really have to say about the Sony A7. I want to thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe down below. I would greatly appreciate that. I hope this video gave you some insight as to what the Sony A7 can do, what its capabilities are, and whether or not you should buy it in 2020. Thanks so much for watching. It's your boy Annie. I'm out. All right, bye.